Mechoui Royal is a truly magnificent dish from Lebanon. It is a crown roast of lamb, which means the lamb racks are shaped into a circle. This circle looks like a king's crown, making it a perfect centerpiece for a celebration. This dish is not for everyday meals. It is prepared for special occasions like weddings, important holidays, or when you want to impress your guests with something spectacular. The name Mechoui refers to the method of slow roasting meat over a fire. In this recipe, we adapt that tradition for a home oven, but the spirit of a slow, careful cook remains the same, ensuring the meat becomes incredibly tender and flavorful. The uniqueness of Mechoui Royal comes from its impressive presentation and its rich combination of flavors. The lamb is seasoned simply but perfectly, allowing the natural taste of the meat to shine through. The slow cooking process is key. It melts the fat and tenderizes the meat until it practically falls off the bone. What makes it even more special is the dramatic step of flaming the roast with brandy just before serving. This adds a wonderful, subtle flavor and a touch of theater to the meal. This is a dish that creates memories and shows your guests how much you care through the effort and love put into its preparation. Preparing a Mechoui Royal might seem like a difficult task, but it is quite manageable if you follow the steps carefully. It is a journey of patience. You are not just cooking, you're creating a work of art for the dinner table. The process involves preparing the meat, seasoning it well, roasting it slowly, and then adding the final touches. Each step contributes to the final delicious result. The combination of the tender lamb, the savory anchovy sauce, and the sweet and salty garnishes creates a balanced and unforgettable taste experience. It is a taste of Lebanese hospitality and celebration, brought into your own home for your family and friends to enjoy. This dish is more than just food. It is a tradition. In Lebanon and across the Middle East, sharing a large roast is a symbol of generosity and community. Sitting down to a meal featuring a Mechoui Royal brings people together. The act of carving the roast and sharing it among guests is a communal experience. It encourages conversation and connection. So, when you decide to make this dish, you are not just following a recipe. You are taking part in a long-standing cultural tradition of feasting and fellowship. It is a way to turn any meal into a memorable event filled with warmth, joy, and incredible food. To begin your culinary journey, you must first gather all the necessary ingredients. For the star of the dish, the lamb, you will need 2 racks of lamb, each with about 8 ribs. Ask your butcher to French the bones, which means they will scrape the meat from the ends of the rib bones. Also, ask them to form the racks into a crown. For the seasoning, you will need 4 cloves of garlic, which should be peeled and sliced. You will also require 1 tablespoon of black peppercorns. A good quality olive oil is essential. You will need about 4 tablespoons to rub over the meat. Lastly, a little salt will be needed to taste. For the exciting flaming step, you will need a small amount of brandy. About 3 tablespoons will be enough to create a beautiful flame and add a wonderful aroma to the roast. For the special anchovy sauce, the ingredients are simple but create a powerful flavor. You will need 1 small can of anchovy fillets, packed in oil. Make sure to drain the oil before you use them. You will also need the juice of 1 lemon to add a bright, citrusy note. A small bunch of fresh parsley, finely chopped, will bring freshness to the sauce. Lastly, 1 small onion, also very finely chopped, will add a mild, savory depth to the final sauce. The final presentation is just as important as the cooking itself. For the garnish, you will need a few simple items to decorate the platter around the roast. A handful of black olives will provide a salty, briny contrast to the rich lamb. Some fresh parsley sprigs will add a touch of green color and freshness. To complete the garnish, you will need some beautiful peach halves. You can use canned or fresh peaches. Their sweetness provides a surprising and delicious balance to the savory flavors of the meat and the sauce. These garnishes not only make the dish look stunning, but also add layers of flavor. Before you start cooking, it is a good idea to have all your ingredients measured and ready. This concept is known as mise en place in professional kitchens. It means everything in its place. Having your garlic sliced, your parsley chopped, and your peppercorns ready will make the cooking process smooth and enjoyable. It prevents you from rushing and potentially making mistakes. A calm and organized approach is the secret to successfully mastering a grand dish like Mechoui Royal. This preparation ensures that you can focus on the important techniques of seasoning and roasting the lamb to perfection. Now that your ingredients are ready, the careful process of preparing and roasting the lamb begins. First, take your crown roast of lamb. To prevent the bone ends from burning during the long cooking time, you need to cover them. You can use small pieces of aluminum foil to wrap each exposed bone tip. This will protect them from the direct heat of the oven. Next, it is time to season the meat. In a small bowl, mix the sliced garlic, the black peppercorns, and the olive oil together. Gently rub this mixture all over the surface of the lamb, making sure to cover all sides of the roast. This simple marinade will infuse the meat with flavor as it cooks. Once the lamb is seasoned, place it in a sturdy roasting pan. The oven should be preheated to a moderate temperature, around 160 degrees Celsius or 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Mechoui Royal is all about slow cooking. You want to roast the lamb slowly for several hours. The exact time will depend on the size of your roast, but it will likely take between 2 to 3 hours. This slow and gentle heat allows the fat to render down, basting the meat and making it incredibly moist and tender. You will know it is getting close to being done when the meat is exceptionally tender, and you can easily pull it away from the bone with a fork. While the lamb is slowly roasting in the oven, you can prepare the simple but flavorful anchovy sauce. Take the drained anchovy fillets and chop them very finely until they form a paste. In a small bowl, combine this anchovy paste with the freshly squeezed lemon juice. Next, add the finely chopped fresh parsley and the finely chopped onion. Mix everything together thoroughly. The sauce should be a thick, savory mixture. The saltiness of the anchovies is balanced by the fresh lemon and herbs. Set this sauce aside. You will use it to fill the center of the crown roast just before serving. After several hours of slow roasting, your lamb should be perfectly tender. The final, most dramatic step before serving is to flame the roast with brandy. Carefully remove the roasting pan from the oven. Gently warm the brandy in a small saucepan over low heat. Do not let it boil. Once warm, pour the brandy over the hot roast. Then, very carefully, ignite the brandy with a long match or a lighter. The roast will be engulfed in beautiful blue flames for a few moments. Be sure to stand back and keep anything flammable away. The flame will burn out quickly, leaving behind a subtle, delicious flavor. With the lamb perfectly cooked and beautifully flamed, it is time for the final presentation. This step transforms the delicious roast into a true feast for the eyes. Carefully lift the crown roast from the roasting pan and place it in the center of a large warm serving platter. The crown shape should stand tall and proud. Now, take the anchovy sauce that you prepared earlier. Spoon this savory mixture of anchovies, parsley, and onion into the hollow center of the crown. The dark, rich sauce provides a wonderful contrast to the golden brown meat and fills the air with an irresistible aroma. The next step is to decorate the platter around the roast. This is where you can be creative and add color and texture to the dish. Arrange the fresh parsley sprigs around the base of the lamb crown. This adds a vibrant touch of green. Then, scatter the black olives around the platter. Their dark color and salty flavor complement the lamb wonderfully. Finally, place the peach halves strategically around the roast. The bright orange of the peaches adds a beautiful pop of color, and their sweetness provides a surprising and delightful contrast to the savory elements of the dish. Serving the Mechoui Royal is an event in itself. Bring the entire platter to the table so your guests can admire your creation. The sight of the magnificent crown roast, beautifully garnished, is sure to impress everyone. To serve, you will carve the roast at the table. Use a sharp knife to slice down between the ribs, giving each guest a single lamb chop. Make sure each person also gets a spoonful of the anchovy sauce from the center, along with some of the garnishes like the olives and peaches from the platter. This ensures everyone enjoys the full range of flavors. In conclusion, Mechoui Royal is more than just a recipe. It is a celebration on a plate. The tender, slow-roasted lamb, seasoned with garlic and pepper, is a delight on its own. When combined with the dramatic flair of flaming brandy, the savory punch of the anchovy sauce, and the beautiful garnish of olives and peaches, it becomes an unforgettable meal. It is the perfect choice for those special moments when you want to create a lasting memory. Making this dish is a rewarding experience that shows love and care, turning any gathering into a truly royal feast.